hopefully you guys enjoyed that little warm-up footage, that little look at the lake. Now comes the tough part. I gotta put the camera down and get on that trail and accomplish that 2.6 miles. We're gonna get some steps in, we're gonna get around the lake, and I'll report back once I return. Alright, you know what time it is. Another successful 2.6 around Lake Patton. Today was a bit of a tough one. I call it probably a 7 out of 10. It was a good first mile. That second mile was a little tough. That third mile got even tougher. Track coach Jim Hampton used to say, you know, you got to be careful that third lap of the mile. That Bruin bear will jump on your back and he can take you down, so you got to outrun that bear. I think today maybe he wasn't on the back, but he probably got on my leg and hampered my speed a little bit in that last mile, but we made it through that finish line, and we'll live to run another day, I suppose. I think today we maybe should reiterate, you know, the importance of routine. I've been icing my knee every day after my runs and in the morning a little bit before I go running, and today I neglected to ice it, and I think that might have been the downfall. That might have been why I was a little slow on that last mile. The knee was acting up a little, and ankle as well, so I got to get some ice on that right knee and make sure to take care of it, make it part of the daily routine. You know, self-care is important, especially if you're going to try to be an athlete at my age. So I guess we could take a few moments of gratitude. I guess stay grateful that I'm able to be out there running around the lake, that we have a beautiful day like today. Rain-free here in Washington. It doesn't happen very often. Not many even clouds in the sky. Blue skies and sunshine to run in, so that now's the time of year you should be really grateful and appreciate that weather. Mother Nature brings it to you about 3 months a year where we're at, so get out in it and make the most of it. Sometimes I really struggle with that, you know, being stuck inside all day working on these two endeavors, you know, the YouTube and the eBay. The life of a reseller, you know, puts you in front of a screen for long periods of time. So when you get out here in the wilderness a little bit, it kind of centers you and allows you to feel okay about life again. You know, you get in front of those screens and all kinds of emotions start to sprouting up. You know, you worry, there's paranoia, there's your ego comes into play. You know, are you good enough? Imposter syndrome, all those things that the screen tends to put upon people. You know, less time in front of those screens obviously is a healthier lifestyle, and then I'm trying to work toward that. Get out on the road and get into the wilderness a little bit more each year. And hopefully once I get my channel monetized, I'll have the funds to do that a little bit more. Money makes freedom, so hopefully we can attain a little bit more cash in the upcoming year and make some of those dreams and goals happen. Of course, I'll talk to you guys about that kind of stuff once we're ready to talk about it. No sense in getting into plans right now. Right now we're just focusing on getting the channel monetized and keeping that eBay business churning out profits. So I guess I'm grateful that I'm able to find a little bit of balance out here in the wilderness and you know, balance that screen time and the away time. You know, you got to say no to some projects that come your way sometimes and put yourself first. You know, you set your goals in front of others sometimes, and that's important to do. I think a lot of times, you know, people set these lofty goals and they have the, you know, the idea of what it takes to get there. They know what to do, but sometimes they just are reluctant to take those steps necessary to get in the right direction, get headed in that right direction. Once you put that one foot in front of the other, you're on your way, and I think I see a lot of people in my life kind of doing that, setting those goals, stepping towards them, you know, one step forward, 2 steps back, but you're moving forward eventually. Once you make those greater strides toward the goal, that's how you get there. Yesterday we talked a little bit about risk, you know, in this game. Sometimes you got to take a little bit of risk in the reseller game, and it's not always easy to do. You know, I've attempted to do it with storage units, with big buyouts, and getting into different categories and inventories that I'm not that comfortable with. And I tend to always go back to the clothing. You know, that's my bread and butter. That's kind of what I've known, what I've been doing the last 25 years. So that's where I'm comfortable, but sometimes you got to step outside your comfort zone. And you know, you see others do that, and they make those great strides toward their goals, and I think I need to maybe try to do that a little bit more as I move forward with these endeavors. Yeah, there's a lot of discussion online about, you know, finding comfort in the uncomfortable, you know, finding that comfort in stepping outside of your comfort zone. And sometimes it's not that easy to do, and I don't know if I can really say I've actually done that. I guess a little bit, take a step here and there and feel uncomfortable in that new environment, and realize it, whether or not it's for you or not. Sometimes it's not for you, and you have to realize that as well, and make a sidestep and head in a different direction. Head in a direction you feel more comfortable with. And usually once you get into the mix of things, you'll know. Oftentimes they talk about women's intuition. I think men have that as well, especially in business. They take those risks and they just feel right about it, or they don't. And you got to trust in that intuition sometimes, and realize that it's leading you in the right direction, the direction that you need to go in order to be more successful. Sometimes if it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. And you got to be grateful for the situations that you're in, where it feels right, where it feels like you're at home and it's comfortable. And once that uncomfort becomes comfort, that's where you want to be. And I think I'm starting to get into that with this YouTube thing, getting a little more comfortable in front of the camera, kind of deciding where I want the channel to go a little bit. We want it to be reseller centered, but still have a little bit of fun doing other things here out in the outdoors, a little photography, a little this, a little that, giving you guys something fun to look at every day in the life of a reseller. It's not just about sitting behind those screens. It's about creating that lifestyle that you want. As an entrepreneur, that's one of the freedoms you have. You can kind of come and go and do what you want, as long as those bills get paid at the end of every month. So I guess I'm grateful for all that, and I'm grateful for all you followers who have joined me on this little journey. It started long ago, a couple years ago now, and we're well on our way, almost halfway toward monetization. So we're making great strides. Been posting those little clips up in the short section, and we're getting all kinds of new views, and I'm hoping that those subscriber count will really jump as a result. So if you haven't subbed yet and you're seeing this for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscription button, ring that notification bell, and make these daily vlogs a regular part of your day. I'd really appreciate it. All that being said, I got to pick the wife up down in Fairhaven, 8:15. She said be there, or be square. No, she didn't say that, but I'm going to be there and pick her up, get the bike, and load up and get home. Hopefully get a few more polo shirts on tonight. See if we had any sales that we need to pack up. Sometimes you get some late night sales. So the work continues. The day in the life of a reseller continues. Let's go.